What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks MLB. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Why do I say MLB now? Well, because NFL is on the horizon. We are only a few short weeks away. Looking forward to that week one. NFL Lindy's coming your way here very, very shortly. Probably will be coming out a little bit earlier than some of the other NFL Lindy stuff, which is really, really good. It's also really good to be betting $5 and getting 150 in bet credits right here at Bet365. Great opportunity for you in Pennsylvania, where it just went live, as well as all the other great states where it is active. You go to the video description box below, you click on the Bet365 link, you get yourself uploaded, and you bet $5 on anything, you get 150 in bet credits, as well as 50 spins on the old virtual slot machines over there at Bet365. Great opportunity to build and sustain that bankroll. I repeat, in Pennsylvania, now officially live. Only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But we're going to get ourselves right into it. 10-game slate. I'm going to talk pretty darn fast here today because, well, I think it's a pretty clear-cut card here. We've got 2 home run props I'm looking at. Potentially the return of a double home run play, which is a little bit freaky. 2 of 3 that we've hit of those this year, which is just absolutely an insane. We're not going to hit 66% of those. I can just put that out there right now, but we're going to try to stay away from 500, go to 75%. That would be just the dumbest thing ever. But we'll talk through that as well as all the other things going on in this 10-game slate. Producer Jacob, hello, hi. Let's get to the picks. Our first game's pretty clear-cut here. Arizona in Miami. Big price to be laying there on the Arizona side of things, but it is more than understandable when you talk about Brandon Pfaadt going up against a guy that a lot of people haven't heard of, Adam Oller. He's a guy got acquired from Cleveland once upon a time. He's been in the minors there, just kicking around, doing whatever. He has like a 7.09 ERA. He's just absolutely terrible. But Miami, they have nothing to lose. They probably want to lose because, well, that matters more than anything else for them this time of year because they have nothing to be playing for. So as I look at the board for this one, makes a lot of sense if you want to be backing Arizona. I think the only way to do that is on the run line, but this price is just asinine, even though I do think we're seeing the reacclimation of one Corbin Carroll, who's just in fuego here over the last month. I think he's healthy again. I think that's really what it comes down to, probably some kind of an undisclosed injury, but -1.5, not going to be playing it though, pass. Looking at playing this one, Cincinnati, Toronto, a couple of candidates for who could be on the mound for Cincinnati. I don't know. There's a number of guys that could end up being here in this spot. Lots of different bullpen iterations that they can go to. Jacob Junis is out there in the streets. I know that he showed up yesterday on Saturday, so we'll see if he's somebody who can eat up an inning or two and move along with their lives. It's just weird to see him in Cincinnati red, I will say that. But Toronto blue, we've got Kevin Gausman on this side of this, and well, he's giving up tons of power to both sides, and it's kind of wild to see Kevin Gausman with a sub 21.5% K rate on the season. But if you're not going to strike out bats and you're giving up hard contact, I know he's back in Toronto here. I really don't care about the home road here. I look at the Tyler Stevenson fellow here, 428 expected slugging, 44.5% hard hit. I think him to hit a home run makes a ton of sense. Kevin Gausman been running a little bit better in the home run department as opposed to the guy we'll talk about a little bit later here, but had given up, 3 home runs in his previous 2 before facing the Angels, had 7 innings of work, only 6 hits, 11 ground balls. Good to see the ground balls show up for him again, but Kevin Gausman in that splitter. Tyler Stevenson, I think, takes it on a ride here. Anything better than plus 380 will be on the card. And this is already on the card. Baltimore at New York, the Mets version of this one. This is kind of a strange line to me because 8.5 with these 2 pitchers, 2 southpaws, and David Peterson and Trevor Rogers. Again, Trevor Rogers, he makes sense in Baltimore. Just feels like we're going to attack him when he's not in Baltimore because he's not Baltimore. Like, this is not the quality of pitcher. He's not like what Jordan Montgomery was 2 years ago. I bring him up all the time, but you pitch to your ballpark in Baltimore, well, you're on the road here. This is not going to be ideal. There is some weather lingering in the New York area. I think it should be fine looking at it, but just want you to know that this is something that I'm going to be firing. Over 8.5, I think it's clear cut. Give me all of this you got in a bag of potato chips. I'll also give you this, 50% off your first week using code Lindy50 to get my premium package. It is down in the video description box below. Click on it. Come kick it with me in the daily, well, I'll give you daily picks. In the premium Discord as well, I'll be kicking it and having discussions. So if you're so inclined, Lindy50 gets you access to me in real time. That seems like fun, huh? Yeah? All right, back to the picks. Next on the docket, I said I was going to do it. It's at the top of the show. It's breaking my power numbers. Pittsburgh at Texas. Not even going to really cover a ton on the Texas side of things with Urania. Jose Urania is not my favorite back ever. There's some lefty power we might be utilizing there. I think he's one of the worst starters in baseball for years, but seems to be all right here so far. I just want to highlight Corey Seager going up against Luis L. Ortiz. This gentleman. Don't be fooled by the 3.41 ERA, 1.16 whip. We've got ourselves an awesome power spot for Corey Seager. Now, power isn't there against righties. 123 expected ISO for Ortiz on the season. But in 2024 against lefties, 271 expected ISO. Corey Seager to hit a homer better than plus 210, which is super short. And this is just eerily similar to the Cal Raleigh spot, the Kyle Schwarber spot we've taken on earlier in the years. 2 home runs, question mark? Better than 16 to 1? I'm going to run some numbers on it again tomorrow. If you want to know if I fired that up, hit me up at Eric Lindquist over on X. Kansas City money line. Just going to be a lean for me. I absolutely hate everything about this game. Do you want me to break it down? No? Okay, Seth Lugo and Carson Fulmer. Neither of these pitchers are all that appealing, but this is a massive price here on the Kansas City side of things. Probably better served to just pass. Good times. Glad we had it. Boston at Houston. Yusei Kikuchi. He's on the mound here going up against Boston that has a crazy high strikeout rate here. What, 27.9% against left-handed pitching. Highest in baseball in the season. Getting Tyler O'Neill back is good for power, bad for strikeouts. So we have an opportunity to potentially ladder it up. So we're going to lather it up with some Yusei Kikuchi potentially here. Ladder up to 8Ks. If this opens at 7.5, like minus 115, I'm going to lose my absolute mind. So take 2 seconds, just chill. The Yusei Kikuchi, update strikeouts. Next up, my Minnesota Twins in San Diego, Wales, you know what. And I'm going to call these lean likes mainly because I don't have plays on them right now, even though I think the San Diego side is the right one to be on here. Michael King going up against Zippy Longstockings. No, it's Zebby Matthews. There we go. 3.60 ERA, 1 whip. Don't look at any of that. He was not very good there at AAA. Is he going to be okay? He had tons of strikeout stuff there, but 5.68 ERA across 4 starts. Michael King is just so much better. And it's, a right-handed pitcher going up against San Diego, really good against righties. So I'm going to call it lean like for now. I don't have a play on it yet, but anything inside, I should really play. I should bet this now. I didn't bet that last one because we have Tampa Bay at Oakland. And I will say Oakland, we're looking at a pretty nice plus money spot here where Brent Rooker, he is back in the fray. He didn't have a baby. His lady had a baby. Congratulations to him, father. There you go. I don't know anything about the situation. But Brent Rooker, I do know he's very, very good at baseball. 290 average, 29 homers, 83 ribbies. Good to get him back in the lineup because, this lineup is not very good without him. Even though there are some decent enough pieces. I will say this is probably one of those teams that I'm looking forward to them getting to Sacramento because that is going to play fantasy goodness craziness. It is wild. But Joe Boyle rules. Going up against Taj Bradley, who's just ran into a 15 earned in his last 3, and some of the underlying numbers not looking great. Plus money on the Oakland side. Yeah, we're going to take it. We're going to take it. You should also take yourself to Bet365, available in Pennsylvania now as well. Bet 5, get 150 in bet credits down at the link below. Pretty self-explanatory. Do you like 150 in bet credits by betting just $5 on something? If you do, fire it up. Only for 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks. Woo, we're flying today. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, because that'll do more for you than anything I talk about here. It is 2 terrible pitchers on the mound, but it is San Francisco, and you're going to see run suppression here at its finest. And I think Jonathan Cannon, it's been brutal for him, but Kyle Harrison on the other side, pretty brutal for him too. Why isn't the over popping for me? I have absolutely no idea, but the modeling doesn't love it as of right now. 7.5 juice minus 115. I bet it gets bet up to 8, but kind of don't want to tango it there or at the 7.5 juice above minus 110. It's just the ballpark. The ballpark just constantly downgrades everything offensively. And Blake Snell just eating up innings again on Sunday. How good is that dude right now? Holy mother of God. Pass on this game more than likely, but over 7.5, it's on my radar. I feel like I need to revamp some things, but fresh bullpen. I'm done. And our last game of the night, Seattle and the Dodgers. Now, this one I did bet, but I know some people aren't going to absolutely love it. And it's, the Dodgers, they're so good. But I absolutely love Brian Wu. He's insane. Woo, Brian Wu and Gavin Stone. Both these guys, I think, find a lot of success in this ball game. Brian Wu's been one of the best starters in baseball. Now, the strikeout stuff has disappeared, but at 235 xWOBA, sub 2% barrel percentage, give me that. And Gavin Stone, 35.3% hard hit. Really like that last start. Got us through on the lock department. And anybody who can get Eric Lindquist to lock, I'm going to back your next start and probably ruin your life. But under 8, we like it. Let's get ourselves the heck up out of here. It's a lean leg purely because I know some of you don't want to go against the Dodgers like that. I understand. I'm going to do it. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Lakes, and Locks. Head to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for this lovely little slate that we have before us. That's really it. Super fast Monday show. I thought it was a pretty straightforward, clear-cut card, so I guess I'm done talking. Check out Bet365, talked about them. Check out the OS Marketplace. Lindy50 gets you 50% off your first week or first month. $10 to come hang out with me for a week. That seems fun. Or awful to some of you. Anywho, next time, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Monday.